Hi, and welcome to another live AMA session with BSC Army. My name is Luke from BSC Army, the first decentralized autonomous organization specialized in social media industries built on finance marching. And today we're broadcasting from the YouTube channel of BSC Army. So if you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channels because we are coming back with more live AMAs and also cooler stuff every single week. And also during every live AMA session that we have, there's going to be like a small session at the end when you can get your questions answered by the guest speakers. So make sure that you drop the questions in the comment below. And when it's time to come to answer those questions, our guest speakers gonna answer your questions and reward you with some cool rewards after the live AMA session. So for our session today, it is our pleasure to welcome the representative from My Neighbor Alice, a rising DeFi project on Binance Smart Chain. So Helene and Lauren, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hi.
Hear you loud and clear.
Yep.
Hi, Luke.
Yep. Good to see you here. So as we are starting this session, why don't you just briefly introduce yourself a little bit to our communities? And they normally say that lady first. So Lauren, do you want to introduce yourself first?
Yeah, sure. Thank you for having us. I'm Lorraine. I work as a producer on My Neighbor Alice, and I work with the overview of the project, schedule, I coordinate the developers with the marketing, and I'm the point of contact for any question regarding the project. So that's a little bit about me.
Yeah, hi, I'm Lenny. I'm the CMO of Antler Interactive and the marketing lead on My Neighbor Alice. So yeah, everything marketing related, me and my team work on. And yeah, previously I worked with Warner Media and Turner and Cartoon Network for many years, and now excited to be in this world of My Neighbor Alice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool that you're having like a female leader in charging of the product and also a male leader in charging of the marketing. So to me, this whole concept is like yin and yang, very well balanced. Okay, so after we have known about you, would you like to introduce to us what exactly is My Neighbor Alice?
Yes, so thank you for that question. It's amazing to have the opportunity to talk about the game. So since last autumn, we've been working on this new big game, which has like a greater scope than any of our previous titles. And it's called My Neighbor Alice. So the game My Neighbor Alice is a multiplayer builder game where you are able to buy and own a virtual piece of land, and you can collect and build exciting items and meet new friends. And it's inspired by the successful game Animal Crossing, which released last year on Switch. And the game My Neighbor Alice combines like the best of two worlds, because you're gonna be able to have a fun narrative that regular player can enjoy through the gameplay experience, and as well as like an ecosystem for player who wants to collect and trade NFT, and they don't need to know about blockchain or have any idea of what NFT is to be able to play the game.
Yeah, I mean, and to build on to that, really believe that there's a potential to build a blockchain-based game that has a mass audience appeal as well. And our goal is to make My Neighbor Alice not just a game for blockchain players, but a game where we can introduce blockchain to millions of traditional players. That's the goal and vision we have for the game, and what we set out to do, and what we aim to succeed with.
Very cool concept. And the way I see it, this is not just a single game or just another DeFi project, but it's actually like the best of both worlds, like Lauren just said. It's both a game and it's also based on the blockchain technology. So can you also share with us like how and what is the reason why you started this project? Because this whole concept, it's really new to me.
Yeah, I mean, that's a little bit what I said. I mean, when we started with this, we didn't see a game out there that already had like a mass audience appeal. So we wanted to start from, I mean, we come from the gaming side as a traditional gaming studio. And as I said, we do believe there's a potential to build the blockchain games that has a mass audience appeal. So I think that's one of the main reasons we started it, and wanting to introduce blockchain technology to millions of people without them actually knowing that they're experiencing it. They're just experiencing a great game with great features. That's our answer to that.
Yeah. Well, every idea will also need like a lot of, what can I say? Like it's really, every big project going to need like a very hard process of building and making sure that everything's are in motion. So can you also share with us like more information about your team members? So how many of you are there in Alice, in My Neighbor Alice? And also, how have you been able to work together to bring this cool new project to the community?
Yes, so we currently have 17 members in our team, of which 13 are developers. And we are continuously adding to the team with key talents. So please check out on our interactive LinkedIn page for open position, or contact us via email. And we also have like a strong network of strategic partner and advisor that are supporting this project. Not to mention, for example, our parent company, ChromaWay.
So you actually work like a watch with a lot of different pieces that flow together, huh? Yeah, so
Yes,
far we know a little bit about your ideas and also your team. So now, why don't you share with us like more information about your products and also its future? I'm pretty sure that the game is a hit, right?
The main product that we're working on is the My Neighbor Alice game that is currently in production. So not out yet. And we also worked on a mobile companion app, which we will be releasing on Monday. And it's called Alice's Mysterious Seed. It's a free-to-play game where you're growing your NFT, and this NFT will be usable in-game. And to talk a little bit more about the features, we will have a video that will show in-game how your avatar walking in the town, and I will define the features of the game. Yeah, so here you can see your avatar. So you're able to control these tiny characters of yours, and you're entering the town. The town is like the main hub where you're going to be able to buy your land. And as you can see, it's like inspired by the Nordic environment. So like Scandinavia, Sweden, Norway, like it's recognizable with the red houses. And we aim to have like gameplay experience where you can fish. You can also have beehives for being a beekeeper. You can like catch bugs and farm. Here is Alice, the main character. So you're going to be able to talk to her, and yeah, that's... these are some of the features of the game. And of course, you can also see, like now it's a chat box where, because it's a multiplayer game, so you're going to be able to interact with other players.
Yeah, both meet new friends and hang out with existing friends that you want to bring into the game.
Yeah. Well, I can see how you are getting the pieces together here. So normally when a game producer organizes like a new product to the market, it's going to be like a totally new world with built on like new mechanics. But I can see that what you're doing here is like building a whole new world and connecting that very new world that you created with the real world by the help of the blockchain technology. And in this case, that will be the NFT and also like the purchases that each player make during their playtime, right?
Yes, so the NFT will, for example, be objects that you can place on your islands, and there's limited objects that you can place them on your island, and you can also trade them. That is a purpose also. Absolutely.
Yeah, there will be an in-game marketplace for all of those things.
Well, I like the idea. I mean, this whole idea of having a game that that is inputted with the blockchain technology. It feels like learning about the blockchain while you're playing game at the same time. So learning can be fun, finally.
Yeah, gamification at its best.
Yes.
Yeah. So can you all, if you were to choose, can you also name to us like the three main functions that you think that would make My Neighbor Alice stand out from the similar games or products? Just three.
Well, I mean, we can share that, Lauren. I mean, I think one thing is, I mean, that we really want to achieve with it is the accessibility of the game. I mean, both when it comes to everything from art style, the ambience of the game, and how we onboard people. I think that's going to be one way up that this game will stand out. Just how accessible it's going to feel and be for players. Do you?
Like if I want to add on I mean, I guess that's like the main, the main goal of the game is to make it accessible, to really show that like blockchain is not that complicated, and we can get great value from the blockchain technology that will make a game, have an interesting gameplay.
Definitely. I mean, also, I mean, to mention, I mean, the combination of Antri Interactive working together with Chromoi and Chromia. I mean, I think that's definitely a competitive edge that we have that will, make this project stand out. And
third thing, I'm going to answer everything.
Yeah, third thing, without mentioning too much, I mean, our aim with the game is also to taking NFTs to the next level, and we have exciting news to share in the future about that too. But not just now.
Knowing that like your strength, it's about accessibility and also the connection between a normal world and a totally decentralized world. So can you also share with us like what are the features that you're planning for your products? Yeah, like the updated features that you're planning to have?
You mean the features in the game that we'll have? Or...
Are you planning to have like more features in the game?
I mean, at the moment, like these are the ones that let's say, like the gameplay feature that I have announced are the ones that are for sure we plan to have. As mentioned, also like it's a live game. It will become a live game, and when you become a live game, yes, you will have updates on different other features. That we can talk about in the future, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, and once we go live with the game next year, I mean, we're going to listen a lot to the feedback we get and what new features that are in demand. So there will be continuous updates to the game, and very much do so based on the feedback and what we see, what people like to interact with, how they there will be
so good luck on that.
Thank you.
I really think that the ideas of bridging the technology and the gaming side, it's really brilliant. It's just opening up like tons of possibility. So since your project, it's both a game product and also a DeFi project. So can you also share with us like your business model and how you are able to generate revenue with your project? Pretty sure that it's going to be like the one thing. Yeah.
So I can start. So the game has a free-to-play model where the main monetization will come from in-game purchases from the marketplace, and there you can buy things such as tools, construction materials, exclusive buildings, clothes, and customization for your avatar in the game. And why we've chosen this is because it's a proven business model within gaming, and one we believe it's best suited for mass adoption of My Neighbor Alice. So that's when it comes to the main game of the look. And then obviously, we have our marketplace, and we also just recently concluded our very first land sale, and we'll very shortly announce the next one as well. So that's also an additional revenue stream, of course.
Yeah. You really know how to utilize blockchain technology, isn't it? Because the entire idea, it's really creating like value out of nothing. Yeah, I really like it because the transition is just there, isn't it? Yeah, so since you're also a DeFi project, so there would also be a special kind of tokenomics that you use throughout your project, right? So would you like to share with us like more information about how you taking care of your tokenomics and the tokenomics distribution?
Yeah. So, I mean, very early in the project, we have had this information publicly available, and it's on our website for everyone to go in and check, and it's in our white paper and so on. So when it comes to the max supply, that's 100 million tokens. And when it comes to, team advisor, that's we have 15% of that locked for that. But yeah, all other numbers you can see there. And guess that's that. And any other questions about that?
Well, pretty solid to me. So how how many tokens going to be minted again, and how many is going to be locked by the team?
So the max supply is 100 million tokens, and locked by team is 15. Team and advisor is 15 million tokens.
So if you were speaking to like a community of investors, what would be like the three main reasons why investors should invest in your projects?
Thanks. That's a good question. And I mean, in general, we don't give investment advice, but what I can share with you is why we believe in this project. And I think I mentioned it before, but I think our biggest advantage is the team's experience in making quality and celebrated games on multiple platforms. And that in combination with the partnerships we secured on both the crypto and blockchain side, I think that gives us a very good foundation to stand on. And secondly, we as a team, as a company, and also our advisors, we're all in it for the long term. And the first main launch of the game, Lorraine already mentioned, will be in Q1 next year. And that's just the beginning of the journey. After that, My Neighbor Alice will be a live game with continuous features and events being added to keep both players and our overall community engaged. Lorraine, do you want to fill in as well?
I can also say that we strongly believe in the game that the game we're developing will be fun and keep engaging player, whether they're like playing it or watching it, because as mentioned before, we are making a game that is not only like, it's not just about the blockchain, it's about like how we can design the blockchain together with like gameplay. And that I think is a key for long-term success.
Well, guys, so if you decide whether you want to believe in My Neighbor Alice, just consider them for their experience, for their team, and also for their vision. Am I right? Yeah, because the whole concept of My Neighbor Alice is building like a whole new game world adapted with blockchain technology. And to me personally, I can see that it's gonna open up like a lot of new perceptions and a lot of new gems for people to see gaming and also economy itself. Because we all know that the decentralized finance can be utilized into many different functionality, right? And My Neighbor Alice, they are really nailing the world with building a whole new concept. And I just like it so much. The
Thank
game's
you so much
clear
for
to
that.
me. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for the kind words.
Yeah. I know that this might be like a other than the scope that we discussed earlier, but just a little bit like to just something I really want to ask you. So when you started this project, did you think that the way that you are utilizing blockchain technology is going to also change the way people see real estate and purchases in the future? Because my Alice clearly has like functionalities when it comes to buying land and ownerships for players. So the way you see it, people can also adapt with those experiences to the real life situations. So do you think that you actually like creating like something really bigger than just a game that is new?
I mean, that's a really good question, and I think so. Definitely. I mean, that's the way we're going now, and it's really, I just can say it's really, really, really exciting and interesting. But yeah, I would agree with you on that.
Yeah, a really hard to tell thing about this decentralized finance that the technology it's giving us so much convenience. So it's really hard to tell where those conveniences and where those potential going to lead us to, right? So I guess for those big and long-term questions, we're just going to leave for the future. So back to our session today. Would you also like to share with us what you have got so far on your roadmap and how have you been holding up with the roadmap that you planned initially?
So on the side of the roadmap, it's going well, and we work hard to be in line with the roadmap. However, like when you build something that is so new, because blockchain is still like new technology that we're experimenting with, it's difficult to make early estimation. There's really now or very least few existing benchmarks. We spend time on researching. Like how we can place our milestone and so on, in order to make like the best game possible. And with that said, we recently concluded our first land sale lottery. I think Lenny mentioned that. And we will shortly announce the next one. And we're also closing in our first open playtest of My Neighbor Alice, which will be a pre-alpha version of the game and which we aim to have in late August.
Well, late August, huh? Are you recruiting like a game tester? Because I'm really excited for the game.
Yeah, please send through your details and we'll see what we can do.
Yes.
Well, I'm serious. So after this, maybe I'm gonna send you my CV. Yeah. So far that, you're about to complete the playtest, right? So after the playtest, what would be like the remaining steps to your planned roadmap? Or is there any like concrete plan that you want to stick with, like this year or next year?
Our main focus for this year is to develop the main game, and one big goal is also to run open playtest, as we mentioned. We'll gather important feedback from the users because we ultimately the community is going to play the game, so we want to listen to what they have to say about the game in order to implement it the best way. Another goal is to roll out more land sales and to add more landowners in the neighborhood of My Neighbor Alice.
I can see what you mean here. So first, you're just gonna focus on building your products on a concrete foundation, and then when the foundation is concrete, you're gonna start to expand the games and its applications to the community based on their feedbacks and their playtests. Is that right? Yeah, it's pretty solid to be here. Lauren, you told me that you handle like a ton lot of work in My Neighbor Alice, but how can you still maintain such a good haircut? I mean, the whole the whole workflow of DeFi project, it's really grounding me. So I really have a lot of expectation for you, just handling the product and the hair itself. Wow, you earned a 10 for me. Okay, so since you mentioned that this year going to be all about building the products and also getting like community's feedback. So is there like any deeper and also like countermeasure on how you'll find partners to help you expand My Neighbor Alice? Or are you just gonna do the whole process internally?
No, I mean we're definitely looking at and evaluating potential partnerships ongoing, but can't share right now who or which these are. But I mean we always take that in consideration how we can expand and what makes sense for the game. But currently the main focus is on developing the core game.
Yeah, and if you were to like choosing like more partners, what kind of partners are you actually looking for during this period? Because I know one thing for sure is that it is quite easy to get like DeFi partner project because we all know how to connect them. But since you are developing the games and like a whole new platform by yourself, so I know that finding a partners that is capable of handling the blockchain technology and also gaming, it's not easy cake to have.
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, so for your current partnership, how are you choosing the partnership? Because DeFi project, they don't normally do gaming, and when they produce game, they don't really become a DeFi project. So how can you choose product, choose your partners based on both categories of business that you are purchasing?
Yeah, I mean that's a good question. I mean the main partnership has been with our parent company Chromaway and working with the Chromia blockchain. So that was a quite easy choice and a natural fit, so to speak. But more to that, I think, yeah, there's probably our head developers that are more suitable to ask that question. So I'll pass on that this time.
Okay. So just a little bit information about Chromia. So are they handling like the blockchain foundation that you are using to develop your games? Because I can see that you mentioned them quite sometimes in our session today. So what is this Chromia and how are you working together?
Yeah, I guess that like we should have brought a technical person with us on that. But what I can say is that Chromia is letting us use technology that is suitable for My Neighbor Alice game. For example, Originals, which is an NFT protocol, which we can like integrate for which we can create NFT gaming assets. Yes, that's one thing I can say.
Yeah, and also another benefit is the speed on the Chromia blockchain, which is very suitable for gaming. That it's much faster. That allows us to put so much of the game logic on the blockchain. So, but again, this is more for the tech people in our team.
Yeah. Yeah, I see that. So Chromia have their own blockchain foundation, and it's very simple for you to build your project on. So that's pretty solid, isn't it? Yeah. So sorry for asking about that, but the thing about having a new blockchain foundation and network, it's really intriguing to me because I'm also quite intrigued in the gaming business. So hopefully, when in a few years I might be able to run my own gaming project. Who knows? So maybe I can also be another partner of Chromia with you guys, right?
We can recommend it.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. So far I've seen that Chromia is like your technical partner and My Neighbor Alice, your project, it's like the mastermind behind the products and also the functionalities of the game. So are you facing any challenge during the operations of your project, working with different parties and working on your own ideas like that?
I mean, always when you build and create something new, there's always challenge because it hasn't been done before. But I think we're overcoming them really well and find consensus of what needs to be done. So it's going really well and can't say enough good things about the partnerships. And I mean, it's that partnership that has, always when you build something technologically advanced, it's hard to find the right key talent. But with the help of Chromaway, we managed to do that quite early in the project. So that's been a huge benefit.
So it's good that you have partners that aid you, but the thing is that you have to stick together with what you planned initially, right? So that's one thing I can see, like I can learn from you guys now. So can you also give us like one example of the obstacle that you have faced during your operation and the story about how you overcome it?
Well, I guess that could be, I mean, on finding the right talent. I mean, it's especially in when there's high competition for really good developers, for example. But again, that was overcome by working together with Chromaway and the strong network they already have. So that my answer to that question again. Loren, do you have anything else? Or are you good with that?
Yeah, I think I'm good with that.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, so, okay, there's something what I want to ask about how to develop the community, because so far, My Name Alice is still like a game currently in test, right? So you haven't gone live yet. So how have you been able to gather and create your own supporting community? And how has your community growing so far?
Yeah, I mean, that's, I mean, the interest has been really, really high, especially considering we're still in production. But no, it's gone really, really great. And currently we have over 100,000 followers across Telegram and Twitter. And it just continues to grow. And really can't thank our community enough. They do expect and demand a lot from us, as they should do, but their support and feedback is really of great value to us and something we really do appreciate. Our other social media channels, such as YouTube and Medium, those are growing as well. And going forward, we're definitely going to be publishing more game development content for our community to watch. And especially after the open testing of the pre-alpha late August.
So I can see that the role of your community to you, it's very important that they are not only giving you like the financial support that you need because they support in your token, but they also giving you like the feedbacks on your products, right? So was there any kind of strategy that you actually implemented in order to maintain such genuine connection between you and your community?
Yeah, I mean, one being set up the right team to work with the community. So both our community management team and such, but we also identified key opinion leaders within crypto that we wanted to work with. And so that was definitely a key success factor in the beginning. And again, I keep going back to it, but also the existing community that Chromia already had as well. Yeah, and other things is initiatives we've rolled out and expanded our local communities. So now we also have official Telegram group, for example, in both Russian and Turkish languages. And we're going to keep adding localized communities going forward. And we've also had a lot of community events with fun that's been fun and also has good rewards. And this has also been a way of us to introducing characters in the game before the game is actually launched. So we've had Pam Beasley's quiz, Berta's swim club contest, Björn's bingo, and not least the latest summer solstice event we had. And we're going to work to continually grow the community globally and launch new initiatives. So really excited about that. And yeah, with that said, I'd really like to make a shout out to our community management team for the great work they are doing.
Yeah. So what I can actually learn from you is that if you want to start a new gaming process that is DeFi and blockchain related, first you should make sure that you have a great and new ideas. Secondly, get yourself a good partner that can help you making your ideas come true. And last but not least, maintaining like a really genuine connection between you and your community, right? Because the community will always be like the source of the feedback and all the support that the project needs in order to get the long-term goals and achievements. Am I right, Lenny?
Sorry, my AirPods lost connection a little there. Well, can you repeat the last part of the question?
Yeah. Oh, it wasn't really a question. I was just like summarizing what I learned
All
from you. So first, get a good idea. Second, get a strong partner that can help you with your ideas. And finally, get a really good connection between you and your supporting community. So that's how you'll be able to get your success. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh. Mm-hmm. So before we wrap this session up, would there be anything that you want to share to the fellows project developers who are also purchasing their dreams to make a new project like you guys? Anything you want to share with them?
Yeah, I guess just go out and do it. I mean, there's so many opportunities out there right now. So I would say if you have a dream and something you want to fulfill, just bring it out there to the community and work together with them to envision that or realize that vision together.
I can I can only agree with that. Yes.
Yeah. So in simple terms, if you have good ideas, raise your voice. Okay. So after our long discussion, I think that it's also the time for our community to raise their voices. So I'm having like some cool questions from the community. So I'm just gonna ask you the questions, okay? So
Sure.
the first question is from Booking U170S. Since we can exchange trade in the games, is there any risk that our tokens in the game might be stolen?
I can take this one. So, I mean, it's not more or less secure than any other fully decentralized app. We don't touch the money player or the money, like the player money or the player token, as everything will be decentralized.
Yeah. So everything's gonna be well handled by your protocols. So if there's gonna be like stolen token, it will also just be another part of the game functions, isn't it?
The token, like I mean, the token. Yeah, it's one part of the game. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. So here's our next questions. Today, users are increasingly concerned about privacy issues when there are many user data leaks in the world. So how do you solve this problem?
I mean, I can take that. In general, we don't get any sensitive data, but it is on blockchain. So there's little information, but yeah, it is public as it's on the blockchain. So that's my short answer to that. But we do take privacy issues seriously.
Solid, isn't it? Yeah. The thing about blockchain is that when you're on blockchain, everything is on the block already, so it's really no point leaking it. Yeah, cool. So I think that when more blockchain games comes to the market, people just soon gonna have like a different perspective on the data leaks and also like more ways to build how they see data. So I think that these questions just gonna be left for the future. So here's our next questions. Is there any plan to expand your business into other community like Polygon ecosystems, Heco, KuCoin chain, etc.?
I can maybe answer this one, but yeah, Chromia is planning to add like a multi-chain support, and yeah, at the moment it's like Chromia is issuing NFT on BSC and Ethereum, so we will partner with other chains. Also, a short answer to that.
Yeah. So as I can see it, so Chromia is like your blockchain technical partner. So you're in some kind of like strategic partnership. So as long as they expand their ecosystem, your ecosystem gonna also be like expanded simultaneously together with their development, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess that's. I mean, that very much makes sense.
Yeah,
absolutely.
because the way I see it, yeah, you have like really close relationship, and your operations also intertwine with each other. So there's quite likely that. So anyway, here's the next questions. What are the main innovations that the games offers that differentiate it from the other games that use blockchain technology and that in turn involve NFTs?
Yeah, I can take this one. So it's decentralized metadata on chain, like one benefit of it, and it allows advanced on-chain logic, and yeah, I mean, the logic that is issued in the Alice game create complex mechanism for the gamers. So I think that I mentioned that before, but like that's the benefit of the blockchain, that like we can see how we can transform this into a gameplay that you cannot have with like traditional game, such for example as like giving rarity to objects. This is not something that like you can do in traditional gaming. I mean, you can do it, but like you're not giving it a real value. And here you're going to be able to do this. I guess that's what I can give as an example.
Yeah. So it's just like the subject of your tools are similar in NFTs and the blockchain, but the logic that creates My Neighbor Alice is totally different. So that's just basically how and what differentiates you from the other project. Yeah, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you really have your ways to make things simple. So we're having the last questions from Patrick Bennett. Since Alice is focusing on game NFT development, I would like to ask about your intentions if you want to partner with any streamers or KOLs to promote the project.
Yeah, I can answer that. And the short answer is yes, but the longer one, I mean, this, as we said before, this game we believe is both fun to watch, to play, but also very fun to watch. So it's definitely very suitable for that type of partnerships. And yes, we definitely plan to partner up with many streamers around the world when we launch the full game. So really excited about that. And if someone out there is really interested in being a partner, please feel to reach out to us on Telegram and we'll have a look if there's a good fit.
Yep, I'm totally gonna send my CV to you after this. I mean, gaming and DeFi. Who doesn't like it? Yeah. Okay, so far that was the last questions for our live AMA session today. So it's been like a really informative and really like enjoying time spending with you. And to be honest, you really opened my mind as like a game enthusiast and also a blockchain enthusiast. So before we end this session and wrap this up, would there be anything that you want to share with our viewers today?
Yeah, I mean, Loren already mentioned it, but we really want to say that please have a look out for Alice's Mysterious Seed, which is a mobile browser game and companion application to the main game. And that's going to be live on Monday, July 13th. So really excited about that. Secondly, please have a look out for when our exclusive NFT collection will launch on Binance Marketplace. And thirdly, our open playtest that we're going to have in late August. Loren, do you want to add anything?
I think you said it all, Lenny. But no, I think it was really great to be able to talk about the game here. And I mean, as being a gamer, it's really great to be in this experiment with blockchain, and we're gamers at core. So it's great to be able to add this layer to the blockchain environment. It's really exciting.
Yep, I can see a really exciting time ahead, not only for My Neighbor Alice, but also for the whole DeFi space in general. So hopefully we're gonna get like a lot more project that is new and totally groundbreaking like you guys. So so far until now, that was My Neighbor Alice and a live AMA session with BSC Army. So thank you for all your time spending with us today, and hope to see you in other live AMA sessions. It was a pleasure, Lauren and Lenny.
Thank you, Luke. It was a pleasure to be here.
Yeah.
Thank
Make
you,
sure that you check
Luke,
for my CV after this, okay?
Yes, absolutely, we will. And also want to thank the community for their insightful questions.
Yep. Well, I have no doubt that they can get your thanks now. So again, thank you all for your time and your attention.